sit right back. Let me tell you how to play Francis Drake the board game. You need 3 or 4, no more than 5 friends to entertain. An hour and a half to 2 full hours is how long it will take. As you navigate your voyages, there's 3 rounds per game. Yes, it's 3 rounds per game. To win this game, you plunder from the Gulf of Mexico. But before you sail, you'll shop along a one-way street, you know. Yes, there's only one way you can go. But keep in mind, when you return, you have to shuffle the tiles of the Governor, the Admiral too, Francis Drake and the Queen, the Informer Man. There's guns and goods, supplies and crew. It's the Francis Drake game. Never had one lesson.
Hi, and welcome to the board game Batcave, where you can see we're playing Francis Drake, which is very intimidating. And we'll let our Francis Drake expert walk us through a couple of, most of us here have played it once, but we need a refresher course as we go. So, go ahead.
All right, so we've already got the board set up, and we're ready to start play on round 1. So, round 1, everyone's going to roll, and highest will go first, and on, so on down the line.
Dance off.
First did roll 6.
3.
No.
Oh, I go first.
Yes, Jared's going to take the 1, Mikey will take 2, and Chris and I have to roll off for 3 and 4.
Well, I'll be last. I always am.
So do I automatically get 2 points for that then?
Next time, not on the first go round, but when you come back to port,
yeah,
you do. Yes, the
Just
first
for
one
coming
back
back
to point for round, rounds 2 and 3. Yes, but not to start. All right, so we're each putting our smaller ships out to begin with, and all this is this is just a order track for you, just to remember what order to go in to begin. So the blue player is going to start here and place a disc onto whichever of the items you want.
I am actually going to, I need crew, so I doesn't start at the beginning.
Okay.
Do I take those now?
Yep. And then you're going to put them on your crew spot on your board.
Okay.
The yellow player can either also take crew or move anywhere along
What
the
is
board.
that?
Elizabeth?
Upgrades my ship.
Elizabeth.
Is that what that does? Upgrade my ship? And
Upgrade your ship, and the first person also gets a cannon. So there's usually a bonus to being the first person to each of these spots.
That's why I'm last. I have to give y'all some kind of handicap.
But you can go here as well, or you can move forward to any of the others.
I've never played this before, so
2 crew for the yellow player.
2 crew for the yellow player. Oh, I'm the banker.
Thank you.
Pretty much.
So you don't have to upgrade your ship if you don't want to?
That's true, you don't. The reason you would want to is the only way you can fight a galleon is to upgrade your ship to a galleon.
Okay.
But you might decide, first time through, I'm just going to sail into Zone 1. There are no galleons to fight in Zone 1, so you might decide you don't want to upgrade right off the bat.
And you can still trade and fight land battles.
Correct.
Without having a galleon.
Right.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so I'm next, and I'm going to bypass the 1 crew and upgrade my ship and get a cannon. So I'm taking the little ship off, putting the big one on.
Is there any place to upgrade your ship past that?
And I'm going to get a cannon. Yes.
Where?
The Queen will upgrade your ship for you, and then your investors will always upgrade your ship if you
Take the
so
-4.
choose. Yeah. So now you could go crew, you could go shipyard, or anything forward.
I'm gonna go for 2 guns.
2 guns.
2 guns,
Red
please.
player.
Yeehaw! I'm going to upgrade my ship.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, refresher. What does the barrels do again?
Those are supplies.
They
The
determine
number-
what zones you can go into.
Right. If you have 4 supplies, you can sail all the way to the 4th zone. 3 supplies, 2 supplies, and 1 supply.
But they're not worth any
Surprise.
points in themselves.
Right.
It's just like an admittance to certain zones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Buy a ticket.
Surprise.
So if you get 4 barrels, the whole map is available to you. And then, that can determine your strategy.
Yeah, because if not enough people buy a 4 zone, you can just clean up over there.
Right.
You just don't have to compete.
Exactly.
That is true.
It is true.
What are the second and third choices for guns? Are they both just one gun?
Correct.
Gun.
And there's another option for guns later. There's
I'm going
there's
for
a
the
few other
queen.
ways to do it. Jumping to the queen, so you get a gun, you get an upgraded ship, and you get a goods. You can trade for goods. So after the yellow player is me, I'm going to go ahead and jump on supplies. I'll take all 4. So the world is my oyster.
Take the 2.
Okay. Back to the blue player. So you can still go guns or supplies or tavern or whatever.
What's the Admiral do for you?
The Admiral, you get to choose, you get to place out the extra ships, plus if there's any gold remaining at the end, you get to collect the gold.
I'm gonna take a cannon.
So the yellow player has to play from the queen forward. Yellow player cannot at this point go back to a
Is this crew
supplier.
here?
Yeah. Those are either crew or a ghost ship.
And what does the
depending on
crew
what you
again
roll.
do? Determine for you?
The crew is used for fighting on land, for fighting against a city or a fortress. You need the same number of crew as there are soldiers.
Do ties win in your favor?
Correct. Yeah, the same number wins. So if you're facing 2 soldiers, you're gonna have to take 2 crew off your board. Pay 2 crew.
So you don't retain them. So you lose however much it takes to take that.
Correct.
You get 4 actions.
You'll get at least 4 actions. There's an option to get the Golden Hind, which is an extra action. And then there's also a decoy action, which is the ghost ship, which you'll place the chip out there, the token, but then you won't actually retrieve anything from it. It's a decoy. So after red...
He's going. You can't go there. Or
Oh yeah, it's back to
oh,
yellow.
you haven't gone yet. Okay.
It's back to yellow. If you decide to be in the tavern, the first player gets to add a 1 to whatever you roll.
I'll go to the tavern.
Okay.
3.
So that's a 3.
Ghost
so
ship.
a 3,
Oh,
a 3 or a 4 is going to give you 2 crew. A 5 or a 6 would give you 3 crew. A 1 or a 2 gives you a ghost ship. Okay, so after the yellow player is the green player.
And the trade goods, you're trading in right here.
Right. The only way you can go there is
You
if
have
you've
2.
got a purple cube to trade for. You have to have a purple cube
To do
in
any
order
trade?
to pick up one of these trade items.
Any of these?
Any one of them. Absolutely, yeah. You
But
can
is
go
it
to
1
any
for
one.
1?
1 for 1. 1 space is 1 good. And you get to pick whichever good you want. So
All this is.
So like somebody
first player of this group gets to pick whatever they want of these 3. First player of this group gets to pick whatever they want of those 2, and so on.
And what are the differences in pay?
It's just about getting 1 of each kind.
Ah.
1 single good gives you 2 victory points. 2 different goods gives you 8. 3 different goods, 16. And if you can get 1 of all 4 of the goods, you get 26 victory points at the end of the game. So it's pretty big.
Oh, so you retain those not just per round, but for the entire game.
Correct.
Yeah, you put them on your little board here.
Okay.
Yeah, put them across the top of your board. All right, so I'm going to jump ahead and grab the Admiral.
Of course you
So the Admiral comes with the Admiral card. This basically just reminds you at the end of the round that you are the Admiral and that you get that extra gold. And then, most importantly, though, you get these extra galleons that you're going to put out to help protect the Spanish galleons. There's either a 0, a 1, or a 2. So basically, I'm going to decide if I'm going to add 0, 1, or 2 additional guns to these 3 locations.
You do that now or after we do our placement?
We do it actually now, and that reminded me that we should have revealed these before we started shopping, but it really won't. It shouldn't hurt anything. So what we found out is that the galleon in Zone 2 has got 2 cannons, so you're going to need at least 2 cannons to defeat this galleon. The galleon in Zone 3, the yellow zone, has only 1 cannon, and the galleon all the way over here in the red zone, the 4 zone, has got 3 cannons.
Plus whatever surprise cannons.
Plus whatever I lay out. So
It's a surprise.
put that guy there.
I have a surprise for you.
This here, and this here. And these will be revealed when the first person decides to attack those galleons.
Okay, my turn now?
Mm-hmm.
This is the only place to get goods except this guy?
Yes, that's correct.
That's
Yeah,
neat.
goods are hard to come by. And that's why they're so valuable at the end of the game.
That's right. The queen also, but you took that one.
Mikey took that one.
Oh.
Alright, so you got 2 options for trade goods.
Now me?
Back to the blue player.
Well, I have to at least be able to go into the first zone, so I will take a.
I'll take the
barrel.
last purple.
Alrighty.
goods.
Don't blame you, don't blame you. Green. Well, I think I'll just be the governor too then.
Governor?
G'day, governor. Alright, so now you already, the number of troops at each location is already known. But then I'm going to add to those, of course, and that won't be known to anybody but me, or the informer has an opportunity to look at them later too.
Well, let me ask you something. Oh, so you're going to add to that one.
Right.
I was wondering why that one was only 1 and then there was only 1 there, but that one's not added to. That is just a stationary 1 man there to defeat that property.
Correct.
Cool.
Okay.
So being the governor and the
Admiral.
any extra silver and gold at the end of the round, you collect that?
That's correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Well, that will never do. Does anybody get the extra jewels at the end of a round?
No. Okay. Now the Francis Drake is 2 turns in a row. Nobody else can go on there. The first time he's 2 guns and 2 crew. Your next turn you'll have to go there and you can either get 1 crew or 1 gun.
So he gets 2 guns or 2 crew right now?
He gets 2 guns and 2 crew.
Oh, really?
The first time it's both. Then the second time it's either or.
That sounds like a really powerful. That you kind of want that every round,
it's
right?
a lot of it's a
They
lot
get a
of
little card
items.
with his name on it?
No,
Okay.
he doesn't need anything other than that.
I just like the pictures.
All right, back to blue.
Well, I plan on doing some land battles, and I'm not really that interested in going that far in, so I think I will even take a trip into the tavern to see if I can hire some more men. 3, I get 2 crew.
Not bad.
Could have been better, but
What you thinking, Maggie?
What's with the
The
that
knot,
guy?
which is like the dinghy. The first person you're going to get the extra boat and an extra crew. And what the boats do for you is if you're
cancel out the
attacking,
cannons.
yeah, if you're attacking a land,
Or do you just cancel out
Item.
one or all cannons?
all of them.
It's a pretty good deal if you're going to do some land damage.
Yeah. If you weren't able to get crew, but you still wanted to attack on land, you could get one of of those
It cancels out all the cannons.
at that one spot, and once you use it, it's you don't get to use it at all
Right.
the locations.
Okay.
It's a one-time thing.
Hmm.
Very nice.
It is very nice. I'll go get it.
So crew and
The boot.
dinghy.
A boot.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter which
Sneaks
way
up
I put
on
this.
me. I need some crew myself. So I'll take 2 crew.
I get or
Right. Second time is an either.
I think I
or.
want to take a crew.
Okay. Back to blue.
Over here you can buy crew, guns, or goods, right? By just
Right.
placing the
Your,
thing here.
your last out of the ship, you get one extra.
Hmm.
What does this guy do? Besides charging you $4?
You can either get 1 crew and 2 guns, or 1 gun and 2 crew, or upgrade your ship.
No, it's either or.
It's kind of a good last resort to upgrade your ship right before you leave if you weren't able to do it beforehand.
And none of this carries over.
Right. The only thing that you're going to retain from round to round will be the actual goods that you trade for, because you need to be able to turn those in at the end of the game.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, any supplies, crew, or guns that were unused, when you come back to harbor, it all goes away.
What does the informer do for me again? I get 1 trade good, and what else do I get to do?
You get to peek and look at the placements, what you get to peek and look at what the governor and the admiral did, so you can decide how you want to attack.
Yeah, I want to go the informer.
Okay.
Now you won't be able to go back.
I know.
Okay.
So you get a good cube, a goods cube.
Oh,
Hmm. So what does the golden hind do?
That's going to give you
The ghost ship
gives you an
is
extra
use-
ship.
The ghost ship is useless.
Right.
It's just for tricking.
right.
But this one actually
Golden
helps out.
Hind is actually it's going to be the first. Only one person's going to have that per round, and so the Golden Hind is first. That action goes first, and then the first player's #1 disc, and the
Gotcha.
second player's #1 disc. It's #1 basically is what it is. So
And an
If
extra
there was-
attack.
if there was an item that you just had to have, if you can get the Golden Hind, you can guarantee
I have
yourself
played all
that
five
item.
this-
So.
This round, so I don't mind.
So basically, when we're setting out discs, you're going to have an extra disc to put out. Back to me. Keep sneaking up on me. I need guns. I'm going to take 2 guns.
Now, remind me how the Panas or Nace, whatever
Mhm.
works. How does combat work on land?
Okay. On land, you have to have same number of crew as they have. You're going to say this isn't here. To attack this one, you'd have to give up 2 crew members
Mhm.
and 2 cannons.
You give them up.
You'd turn them in, and then you would win that.
plus whatever.
Plus whatever
men
happens
are
to be
underneath
hiding
there,
underneath there.
if there are any extra.
So, but what that extra ship would do, it would eliminate the cannons. Essentially, the ship is too small for them to zero in on with the cannons, so you don't have to pay 2 cannons. You use your ship in placement of the cannons. Use your little dinghy, your panache.
And if you're second to this, do you get anything?
You get the victory points if you defeat it,
You just
but
don't
you're
get
not
the.
going to get the silver. You get victory points and you get credit for defeating fortress in your other point chart there.
I'll take it.
That's good. It's a one-time use thing. All right, back to blue.
What the heck? I'll take.
Trace barrels.
Opens it up the whole board to you.
No.
Oh,
You can only go. You can either do your investor, or you can go ahead to
Have you upgraded your ship?
yeah.
Which, if he doesn't take a barrel now, then he.
Well, I would take a barrel from here.
You get one barrel here.
Which is fine because I plan on.
Yeah.
I don't plan on
using
going
your own one for sure.
But this would make me go -4, but then I could
Get
get
guns and crew.
guns and crew.
But if he
You
didn't get
gotta
one.
pay it at some point.
I do eventually.
Yeah,
game's
you've
over.
got to
I'll
have
pay now.
one every. You know.
I'll do now.
Yeah.
2 people, 1 gun.
Hero -4.
Two
Or you
people.
just do that
Yes.
again.
Do I still move here?
2 people,
not?
1 gun?
Or
No,
does
you
it
do
go
it
here?
Next round.
Just 2
Yeah.
people.
So basically, having that, just that'll work fine.
So
That'll work
can
fine.
nobody else do this as well?
No, as many people as want to can do that. Yeah. And you're yellow, so I'm moving you back. You're 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're good. All right, back to me. Green. Don't need any more supplies. My ship's already upgraded.
Surprise.
I'm gonna go ahead and jump on these guys here. I'm gonna take. I'll take 2 guns and a crew.
It is a little misleading where it only has that one circle spot.
Yeah.
I'm going to. 2 guns.
I'm going to pay off my investor also.
Alright.
Barrel.
So we both.
Oh, right, yeah, I did too.
He gets a barrel.
Barrel.
Okay. I'm going to dock. And I want.
I'm going to take 2 guns and a crew for mine.
One gun.
These men, do they only ever add men or do they add cannons also?
I'm sorry?
This will only add men, maybe? It won't
Right.
ever add cannons?
Correct. You are correct.
Your turn again.
Okay, one more question. The 3 extra men card, what are the 4? Is there a 0, 1, 2, and 3 or
There's
what?
actually 2 zeros, a 1, and a 2.
Oh,
That's a good question.
I'm going to spend my last one on.
So it's like this. This.
Yeah.
And this.
And that's actually what these are for, because you're going to end up moving your ships out onto the board.
I'm going to spend mine. I want. I'll take 1 more man.
You have one.
I haven't done
You can't have mine.
Bam.
So I'll just go now because everybody else is finished.
Uh-huh.
And I want to upgrade my ship.
You only have to do the pay off the investor once per game.
Right.
Right.
Once you have that card in front of you, you're done with it.
I like this so
then
far.
I'm just
It's
gonna get me
interesting.
a crew.
I almost gave you a crew. Mine.
From yours, yeah.
Mine's this. It almost worked.